Today in the Nerd Bar, we're going to be talking about Marvel and DC ripoffs. Let's get started. Hey, welcome back to the Nerd Bar. Why am I on the other side of the bar? None of your goddamn business. Today we're talking about Marvel and DC ripoffs, okay? Characters who are like each other. Happens all the time, not a big deal. Sometimes it happens deliberately, like with Deadpool. You've got, he's just like Deadshot. You know, he was created to be just like as a complete ripoff of Deadshot. Deadshot, who was Slade Wilson. Deadpool, who is Wade Wilson. The guys did it to cheese off DC. So that'll teach them. Make them think you're unoriginal. Way to go. Okay, also today we're going to be talking about who came out first and who would win in a fight. So, let's get started. First one we have are Namor and Aquaman. Okay? Now, Namor actually came out first. He's actually a less popular character than Aquaman, but he did come out first. Now, who would win in a scrap between these two? You have to think about their powers. Okay, so Namor is half mutant, half Atlantean. Okay? Aquaman, Fruity Pants, is half human, half Atlantean. Okay? Now, what can Namor do that Aquaman can't do? He can pretty much fly. Then that's pretty much it. He is strong, he is fast, but Aquaman has the strength of a god. I mean, this is somebody who could take on Thor if he wanted to. So, in a fight between the two seamen, I would have to say Aquaman would win. Next up, we have Bumblebee and Wasp. Okay? Basically the exact same character, except one's a white chick, one's a black chick. Now, who was first? The Wasp was first. Now, who would win in a fight? Well, they have pretty much the same abilities. They can both shrink, they both shoot little electric stingers out of their wrists, and they both can fly. The only difference is I don't know why I'm doing that. The only difference is Wasp can grow big. Bumblebee cannot. And she uses PIM particles that are injected in her to help her shrink and grow big. So if it came down to an actual scrap between the two ladies, I think Wasp would take the win. Alright, up next we got another chick fight. It's actually a cat fight. It's Black Cat and Catwoman. Now, who was first? Catwoman was first. We're talking back in the old days of Batman. Black Cat came out much later, I think in the 80s. Who would win in a fight? Well, let's start with Catwoman. Catwoman is good at acrobatics, martial arts. She knows multiple martial arts. Same as Black Cat. The only difference is Black Cat's suit helps her enhance her speed and her ability, and also she was part of a program to help enhance her speed and ability too. So when it came to whooping somebody's ass, Black Cat would kick Catwoman's ass. Good show. Alright, up next we've got a twofer. Okay, we've got Captain America versus the Guardian and Commander Steel. Who came out first? Obviously Captain America. Been around a long time. He's a very old man. Very old man. Now, who would win in a fight? Well, let's look at their powers here. Commander Steel is actually a bionic man. He's got his limbs are made of metal and all that. So he's kind of like a cyborg. The Guardian has no powers whatsoever. He was just trained to fight. And he does carry a shield, even though it is much gayer than Captain America's. Now, Captain America, part of the Super Soldier program, increased strength, speed, agility, even his healing ability, and he's got a vibranium shield. So if it came to fighting either one of these guys, Captain America would beat the shit out of them. Alright, up next we got a couple of villains here. We have Thanos and we have Darkseid. Who came first? Darkseid came first. Now, who would win in a fight? If you're wondering where I was looking down my sheet. I got everything written down over there. I was cheating. Sorry. Who would win in a fight? Well, Thanos. He is an Eternal. I don't know if people know that. And his powers are much stronger than the other Eternals. He's got strength, speed, agility. Now, Darkseid. What can he do? Oh, I don't know. He can shoot omega beams from his eyes. Kind of like Superman. He can manipulate elements. Super strength. You know what? Let's just get to it. He would whip Thanos' ass. Bam! He would whip Thanos' ass. Alright, up next we have Hyperion and Sentry. Another twofer. Hyperion and Sentry versus Superman. Okay? Who was first? Superman is first. Okay? Who would win in a fight? This is where it gets a little difficult here. Everybody has their own unique powers out of all three of them. They're all pretty much the same. Even Hyperion has the same origin story as Superman. So yeah, they got pretty lazy with that one. So if it came down to Superman and Hyperion, Superman would whoop his ass. Okay? If it came down to Superman and Sentry, Sentry would whoop his ass. Straight up. Alright, up next we got Hawkeye and Green Arrow. Now, these guys are pretty much exactly the same, except for a couple slight differences. And those differences are, well, first of all, let's talk about who came out first. That was Green Arrow, okay? Now, the differences between the two. Green Arrow is just a little bit better. That's pretty much it. He's been known to shoot an arrow through the rifle of a sniper rifle. So he's pretty badass. The only thing that is, okay, so if they were to fight, Green Arrow would win, but if it was a fight to the death, Green Arrow has a no-kill policy, so then Hawkeye would win. Yeah, so that's that. And to me, it seems like Green Arrow's a little older, too. So I would think that the young would come into play, but it doesn't. Green Arrow would back him up. Okay, we've got another couple of villains here. We've got Bullseye and Deadshot. Who came out first? Deadshot. Deadshot came out first. I believe. I might be wrong on that one, but I think he did. Anyway, doesn't matter. So, who would win in a fight between the two? Okay, both of them have the same ability to... They're on precise accuracy when it comes to their targets. The only difference between the two is that Deadshot uses only guns and Bullseye uses whatever. He can use a playing card and hit his target right out. He can use a spoon. He can use a dog turd. Whatever it is, he will use it. So I think that gives him an advantage that everything around him then becomes a weapon. And if them two got into a fight, Bullseye would win. Alright, next up we have Red Tornado and Vision. Now, who came out first? Red Tornado came out first. Who would win in a fight? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's look at their powers. Red Tornado, also a cyborg, not cyborg, he's a artificial intelligent being, not a human, like Vision. Vision's the same thing, AI. Red Tornado can manipulate wind. He has strength, speed, just like Vision. The difference is Vision can phase through objects, he's powered by an Infinity Stone. So therefore, I think that gives him the upper hand, and he would smash Red Tornado. Smashity smash smash. Alright, next up we've got Dr. Fate and Dr. Strange. Who came out first? Dr. Fate. Why are they both called doctors? I don't know. So, who would win in a fight? Well, if you're not familiar with Dr. Fate, you become Dr. Fate by putting on the helmet. You put on the helmet, and it's got this powers of the eternal and all sorts of crap. It's all about magic. Magic and voodoo and shit. Okay? So, who would win in a fight? Well, Dr. Fate is just much more powerful. Dr. Strange cannot do the things that Dr. Fate can do. He can do a lot of cool shit, but Dr. Fate, we're talking telekinesis and all sorts of crazy things Dr. Fate can't do. So if it came down to a fight, Dr. Fate would win. Alright, up next we have Steel and Iron Man. Who came out first? Obviously Iron Man. Steel only came out in the 90s when they were doing the Death of Superman series. Now, who would win in a fight? Iron Man would beat the living shit out of Steel. Steel has got a mechanical suit with flight, and he carries a big hammer, and that's pretty much it. I know they revamped him, and they gave him a few more powers, and his suit's a little upgraded, like the picture I had was a little upgraded suit. But Iron Man would beat the living shit out of this guy. So, kind of a no-brainer there. Iron Man's the winner. Alright, lastly, we've got another twofer. We've got Hulk versus Solomon Grundy and Damage. Okay, who was first? Solomon Grundy was first. Who would win in a fight? Well, that's very simple. Nobody beats the Hulk. Nobody. Alright, that was it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to have another beer review coming up soon, so if you're into that kind of stuff, then make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit that bell notification. Yada, yada, yada. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you on the next one.